Hello, hello, everyone. Hello from the beautiful sunny Gold Coast of Australia. I think we're close to Broad Beach, if that makes sense it'll make sense to you if you've been up to the Gold Coast, I would imagine. So we're last day here in the Gold Coast. We head back home to Sydney later tonight after a little bit of work. So last day to enjoy this amazing space we're in, my goodness, this amazing view of. I haven't even taken a photo of the view yet. I've had a busy couple of days, but it's been really nice kind of transporting my office space to somewhere else just for a couple of moments. Good morning, Sharon, joining us all the way from YouTube. Good to have you joining us, my love. Nice to have you aboard. Where are you coming from, Sharon? And do you know Broad Beach? Let me know where you're coming from, where you're joining me from today. Like I said, I'm coming to you guys from the Gold Coast. Been loving every second being up here. I've got the chance to catch up firstly with one of my dearest friends, my brother from another mother. I've known this gentleman since I was a young chef. I'm still a young chef. But Perth, yay, love Perth as well. Can't wait to come up and see you in Perth, Sharon. I've known this young man for a very long time. In fact, we've owned businesses together. That's how much I know him. He's helped me and Mahey to bring up our children. We used to live together for, goodness me, nearly 10 years. So he's been living up here on the Gold Coast for a couple of years. I got the opportunity to catch up with him for the first time in over a year. So that was really amazing. And then I also got the opportunity yesterday to catch up with another amazing gentleman that I went to school with. I haven't seen this amazing gentleman since I was probably 14 or 15 years old. How cool is that? And good morning to Claudia, and good morning to Sandra as well. I see a little wet sign on there, Sandra. Does that mean it's raining where you are, my darling? Is it raining? So yes, I got this opportunity. It was quite incredible to catch up with a really dear friend who I haven't seen in real life since we were probably both 14 or 15 years old. We went to school together. And I've been following him online. He's been following me online. And he had a bit of a health scare. And I'm sure he doesn't mind me sharing this with you guys. He had a bit of a health scare a couple of months back. And because I've been following him online, I saw him posting about his health scare. So I just reached out to him and said, look, I'm here. I really want to help. We grew up in the same hood together. We got up to mischief together. We've got so many friends in common. And I said, look, I'd really like to help. So over the last couple of months, I've been assisting him and guiding him in my own little way to become that better version of himself that he wants to become. He's done amazing, by the way. He looks like a completely different human than a couple of months ago. His health scare was touch and go. It was really, really scary for him and his whānau, him and his family. So to see that he's not just pulled through, but he's completely transformed his life. I am so excited that I got the opportunity to see him yesterday for the first time in, nearly, 35 years. And hug him and meet his beautiful wife. And it was just amazing. Now, the really cool part about that story is he is a tattoo artist. In fact, he shared this story with me yesterday. He said, do you remember at school, because we went to high school together. He said, do you remember at school, the A block toilets, which was a certain block of, of classrooms. And it was a big block of classrooms. So we went to quite a large school. And underneath that was the toilets where everyone used to hang out and smoke and get up to mischief and stuff. Unbeknownst to me, he was getting up to the most amazing mischief because he's down there in the A block toilets tattooing people at 14, 15 years old. So he's been tattooing since he was 14. He's gone to art school. He is the most incredible artist. I've got goosebumps talking about it. He's been tattooing people all his life. It is his passion. It is his gift that he gives to the world. So yesterday he came and met me at my hotel and he tattooed me. And it was the most spectacular couple of hours that I got to spend with him. And we laughed and we shared stories. And he did a traditional Māori prayer or karakia before we started, which was really beautiful. And basically, he gave me this yesterday, if you guys can see that. So I've had this tattoo here for about 12 years, but he kept it going, right? He kept it going right around there. Do you see it's going around my wrist? I'm just trying to shake it around there. Sorry, I haven't shaved my underarms. It's going around my wrist. And it goes right up here. So he gave me that yesterday. Oh, you can see that. Yeah, that tattoo. And I've got my children there. Our children, 1, 2, 3. Got my mum and my dad. That there is a shark. This, as we go a little bit further on here, this is called Taniko, which is down there, which is my ancestors as well. And then it leads up to this one here, which is my manaya or my guardian. So it's quite a beautiful story behind the tattoo that he gave me yesterday. And I got to spend time with him. How amazing is that? And then incredibly, I also got to spend time with family last night who came and met us at the hotel. And she's such a busy, beautiful lady. And she drove for like an hour and a half because she lives in Brisbane. She drove for like an hour and a half to get to us. And so we sat down with her and we spent some time with her. And you know what was really cool? I saw Jack Black. Jack Black's in the hotel. Apparently this hotel is full of like anyone comes and does like filming for, they film stuff in Australia. They come in Gold Coast. They come and stay at the hotel that I'm in. So we saw Jack Black. I saw a couple of other ladies, Hollywood stars, sitting at the bar who were filming. And I Googled them. That's why I know. I was like, I know those faces. And I Googled them. Who's filming in Sydney or in Queensland at the moment? And these two ladies popped up. They're doing something called Spa Retreat or something. So it's 4 ladies. Bit like that Bridesmaid thing that came out a few years ago. So there's 4 ladies. It's a comedy, and they were in the bar as well. And then Jack Black walked past, and Drake the musician is here somewhere. And I'm just like, oh, this is cool. So yeah, it's been an amazing couple of days. It really has been an amazing couple of days, and it is just fantastic just to get out of our space for a couple of days, right? And just to do it. But yeah, Jack Black, that was kind of like, I'm a bit of a Nacho Libre fan, to say the least. Like to put it lightly, like at Christmas time, you watch like Elf with Will Ferrell, right? I love that movie. Or we watch The Grinch because we absolutely adore Jim Carrey and The Grinch. Well, that's how I feel about Does anyone else here love Nacho Libre, the movie, right? And Jack Black and Steven. It's the best movie in the world. I could watch that today, probably for the 100th time. So when we want to have a family night movie, we watch that. And then Jack Black walks past me and I'm just like, my hero. And he was really pleasant. He's a smiley, happy guy. It was really, really cool. It was a smiling, happy guy. He's a smiley, happy guy. So that was cool. It's been a great time. And then I got to do this, which I've been wanting to do for years, which was basically to finish off and wind it up my forearm. I've been wanting to do that for so, and because it's the hand that I use to, you guys can see, to hold my knife, right? That's my knife holding hand. So I wanted this to be my power, my strength. So that was kind of cool. So been doing all of that. We launched the Boost Camp on Monday, as you guys probably know. I did a live for Boost Campers last night as well, which if you are a Boost Camper, that live is going to be available on email for you guys as a replay. Please go and watch it. I like to think it was about 15 minutes after my tattoo finished. I jumped on and did the live the Boost Camp Tuesday Night Live. And it went, and I was already prepared. I'd already written all my notes, so I knew exactly what I was talking about. But it was an awesome evening, spending about an hour and a half with our Boost Campers as well. So as I'm lying in the bath this morning, having a bit of a bath, taking a bit of time out before I got into my work, I started thinking about one of the most powerful things I shared last night in the Boost Camp. And it's the thing that I think a lot of us stumble over, right? And before I talk about it, I just want to say good morning. I can see there's a lot of gorgeous people joining us. So I want to say a happy good morning to Kirsty and the beautiful Tracy. I can also say Janine there. Oh, Ben, good morning, my love. It's good to see you joining us from Melbourne. Shelley's joining us, Marie and Daphne as well. I can see Adele. Fantastic. And Sharon. Hi, Sharon. And Meryl too. So good morning, everyone. So lying in the bath, thinking about the messages that I shared last night with our Boost Camp community. And one of the really powerful messages, and it's not just sharing it last night, I was actually sharing it throughout the day. So yesterday I was doing back-to-back one-on-one nutritional sessions with people, which was awesome. And I love doing it. So one of the messages that came out of that is that people really want to know how it is that I maintain my weight loss and I keep on getting healthier. Like, how do I do it? Because for a lot of, generally people, we believe that we need to be on a diet in order to maintain, these weight loss, in order to not put on weight, in order to not yo-yo, we've got to be constantly on a diet. And what I said to every single person I talked to yesterday, and what I said to the Boost Camp community last night, I am not on a diet. Stuff that. If I was, it would mean I've been on a diet for the last, 8 years. That's just not how it is. So here are the 5 steps. So you never have to diet again, because I'm not on a diet and I'm never dieting again after doing every, diet I could find and failing miserably at all of them. I've now found this lifestyle. And this lifestyle means I'm not on a diet. I am living my life. This is my lifestyle. So what are the 5 top things, the 5 top steps that you can do so you never have to diet again, and you can almost like switch over? Because, if I could wave my magic wand over all of you guys, over every single person, majority of people, one of the top wishes for people is like, I never want to have to diet again, because diets are restrictive and diets suck. They do. Diets suck. Dieting sucks. So when you find a lifestyle that works, that is delicious, that is sustainable, and that means that not only do you maintain your weight, but you continue to get healthier. So you actually increase the years in your life. Your longevity improves. When you can find that, right, that thing, you've nailed it. And like I said, I just want to wave my magic wand over you and you just get it, because the reason why I've maintained it is because I get it. And is there a switch? Is there like a magic switch that I can pull? No, there's literally 5 steps. And I'm going to share those 5 steps with you guys right now. So step number 1. Now, take this with best intentions, but take it. You have to invest in your kitchen. And I don't mean going and putting in a new fridge and building a new bench. I mean, you have to invest time in your kitchen. In other words, you have to have some understanding of how to cook. Honest to goodness, because you've got to stop relying on other people doing the cooking for you, because they don't care about your health. If you rely on opening a jar and heating it up, if you rely on opening a packet and popping it in the microwave, if you rely on drive-thrus and supermarkets and everything else, restaurants and cafes to cook for you, you've lost control. You don't have any control about the type of foods and beverages that are going into your body. You may think you have control, but trust me on this. You are not standing in that kitchen or that factory seeing how that food is produced. You actually don't know. A lot of it, you've got the blinders on, right? You really don't know what's going on. And in fact, for many of us, you're like, oh, but it says it's gluten-free on the packet, so I'll be fine. It's organic. It's going to be amazing. But we don't actually realize that we have no control. You've got to take back control. Number one thing you can do to never diet again is get into your kitchen and take control of it. In other words, know how to cook. I don't mean you have to be a chef. You don't have to be a gourmet cook. You could be if you wanted to be. But if you're just like, know the basics. Have a sharp knife, have a good chopping board, have a good set of scales, grab yourself an air fryer, watch my videos, learn the basics when it comes to cooking. Understand what folding means. Understand what whisking means. Understand what blanching means. These are the types of terms that are going to help you to take back control. So that's number 1. You've got to take control of your kitchen. You've got to stop giving your control away to people who don't care. and companies, big unnamed, faceless companies who just want your money, like literally, they don't care. Don't trust them. Trust you. The only person you can trust when it comes to your health is you, right? Is the type of foods that you are cooking in your kitchen. So that's number one. Number two is you need to focus on whole foods. So one of the things about Boost Camp is we go shopping and we buy whole foods and we take them back to our kitchen and we cook them. We process them and we cook them. Processing might mean we roast them, we mash them, we air fry them, we slice them and eat them raw, but we do the processing, not a factory, not a restaurant, not a cafe, not a supermarket, not a box, not a can, not a drive-through. So you need to focus, number two, on the whole nutrient-dense foods. So rather than prioritizing packets and jars and tins where all the processing has been done for you, aka convenience foods, they're only convenient to you're not healthy. Once you're not healthy, there's no convenience there, is it? Because all you can focus on is trying to get healthy again. So those convenience foods have taken your control away from you. So we're going to focus on whole. In other words, this is a tomato. We're not buying tomato sauce. We're buying tomatoes. This is a piece of salmon. We're not buying salmon chips. We're buying a piece of salmon. That's basically a whole food. Of course, when we're focusing on whole nutrient-dense foods, we're avoiding the highly processed foods, the sugary snacks, the gluten and starch-laden, highly refined carbohydrate foods, which will absolutely 100% lead to weight gain and health issues. That is just a given. If you fill your body full of those foods, you're going to be carrying too much weight for your body and you're going to have health issues. You may not have them now, but trust me on this. No one can escape a bad diet. No one. No one can escape a bad nutritional intake. So, number two, focus on nutrient-dense and whole foods. Now, number three is about building a little bit of consistent movement into your life. I hope you guys are writing these down because these are really 5 good points. Point number one, take control of your kitchen, aka learn to cook. Point number two, focus on whole foods. Point number three, we need to build consistent movement into our life. I did not say the word exercise. I know for many of us, exercise is a swear word. I said movement. And this is talking about regular activity, physical activity. So back in the days, before we had the convenience of motor cars and, public transportation and supermarkets and all that sort of stuff, we were bending, we were lifting, we were digging things out of the garden, we were fishing, we were walking, we were running, we're just active. We weren't going to gyms. There were no gyms in 1920s, but we were all quite fit and healthy, right? Because we were moving all the time. So number three is you need to build consistent movement into your life. If you are sedentary, you are leading your way to somewhere you do not want to go. So number three, build consistent movement. What does that look like? It's just moderate movement. It's like walking for at least 30 minutes 5 times a week, going for a walk for 30 minutes 5 times a week, cycling for 30 minutes 5 times a week, swimming, gardening quite briskly, for 5 times, lifting, moving, doing all the movements that our bodies are actually designed to do. We're designed to move. Regular exercise boosts metabolism. Remember that. It improves mental health as well, which is really, really important. Really, really important. And of course, regular movement helps maintain a healthy weight without needing to do extreme dieting. So you're looking at least 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day, some type of moderate movement, right? I'm not saying you got to join a gym. I'm not saying you got to run marathons. If you want to do those things, that's absolutely awesome. But what I am saying is you've got to move. Your body is designed to move. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So that is number three. Number four, you've got to prioritize your sleep. Protect and guard your sleep. And you've got to be very mindful of your stress management. So aiming for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night is going to help you to recover from the day that was, help to balance out your hormones, and also it's going to help to set you up for the day that's coming, so you don't feel fatigued during the day and you head off to the cupboard to get chocolate and and chips and crackers and cheese and all that sort of stuff. You're not snacking out of sheer exhaustion. So poor sleep and also chronic stress, by the way, will lead to weight gain. I'll say that again. Poor sleep and chronic stress. So that's that low level stress that you feel all the time because you haven't quite worked out the ways to relieve your stress naturally. Like relieving your stress naturally are things like, for me, going for a walk, going for a swim, hopping on my paddleboard, reading, watching some comedy on TV or Netflix or YouTube or whatever it might be. Those are the ways that I like to calm down. Meditation, yoga, going for a cycle. So going to the gym as well is a great way for me to relieve my stress. And if you haven't worked out ways to relieve your stress, and if you think that stress, chronic stress, is just a part of everyday life, and so is poor sleep, you will be carrying excessive weight. That is a given. You will be experiencing more cravings than someone like myself who prioritizes sleep and really works on reducing stress. Because cravings come from fatigue and cravings come from emotional eating. Do you see where I'm going with this, with number 4? And of course, all of those things, poor sleep, chronic stress, it will lead to poor health outcomes. So managing these factors is actually a really good way to help to balance these things naturally. And it needs to be part of those 5 steps that we take so that we never have to diet again. And number 5, and for me, this is really the most important thing, is that this lifestyle, this Boost Camp lifestyle, right? These BHK principles that I live by, I don't just do it for a short amount of time and then go back to doing whatever the heck I was doing before. This is not a short-term strategy. This is not a 100-meter sprint to the end. Oh, I finished, yay, and then I stop. This is a long-term mindset. So in other words, I have shifted my focus from the quick sprint to get to the 10-kilo weight loss. And then I'm like, yeah, I made the 10 kilos. And then I yo-yo back because I basically go back to where I was. This is about understanding the principles and the techniques and the behaviors that I need to adopt every single day. So this just becomes me. It's innate in me. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to wonder what foods I should eat and what foods I need to avoid. I know. I've researched. I've done the work. This is my lifestyle. And this was the message, that really important message that I talked about with everyone yesterday during our Boost Camp live call, was getting us to realize that it's not a diet. It's not something we do for a little bit of time and then we just go back to doing what we're doing. Boost Camp is about understanding and learning the principles that you can then use for the rest of your life. Like, how cool is that? Teaching us behaviors and habits and techniques and recipes and ingredients that will actually sustain us for the rest of our life. We will be at the right weight for our body. We will be, not so reliant on medication. We will experience less joint pain. We'll have more energy. We'll be happier. We fight off illnesses and disease, all by taking into account that this is not a short-term fix. This is a long-term solution. So those are my top 5. Let me know whether you're doing any of those top 5s. And is there an area there that you think you need to improve on? We'll just quickly run through what they are. Number 1, you need to learn to cook. Sorry to say it. You need to cook. If you don't like cooking, you need to learn to like cooking, because you need to take back your control and power. You can't rely on anyone else to do it for you. It's up to you. So that's number 1. Take charge of your kitchen. Take charge of your cooking. Number 2 is you need to focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods. And you take those foods to your kitchen, and now you know a few different techniques on how to cook, and you cook the food. Number 3 was my number 3. I've lost it. Number 3, I'll get it in order, is you need to build consistent movement into your life. So we're talking about at least 5 days a week for 30 minutes. And you need to make sure that happens. Like, don't just guess your way through it, because you can't manage what you don't measure. So keep a track of it. I keep a track of my gym activities. I just keep it in my calendar, so I know that I've been to the gym. This is the day I did this much, these many kilometers on my bike. I keep it. I manage it because I measure it. Right. So number 3, build consistent movement into your life. Number 4, you need to prioritize your sleep, and you need to have some stress management techniques that you can use when stressful times come up. And number 5, you need to adopt a long-term mindset, not a quick fix mentality. In other words, this just becomes what you do for life. This becomes your lifestyle. And if you do these things, you will never need to be on a diet ever again, because you're going to know what to do, and then you're going to go out and you're going to do it. So have a fabulous day today, everyone. I hope you will. Someone just said, unless I win lotto, then I'll have a chef. Yeah, Mahe's won lotto, eh? He's got a chef. He's got a personal chef. But I have been teaching him how to cook, I have to say, because he needs to be able to look after himself. Like if I go out of town without him, if I travel, he still needs to be able to fend for himself. He does a really good job. So even for him, who's got his own personal chef pretty much everywhere he goes, he knows the importance of knowing how to look after himself through his food. So have a fabulous day, everyone. I hope you enjoy today's, if you're on Boost Camp, enjoy today's offerings. It is hump day on Boost Camp. It has been nice spending a couple of minutes with you guys, and we'll see you guys probably back in Sydney tomorrow. So until then, take care, be well, and be safe. Bye-bye.